Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, workers and resources, Soviet Republic, People's Proletarian, Petroleum, Prefecture, 230, give or take, thereabouts, something. Whatever it says down below, that's correct, that's canonical, maybe. This is as correct and canonical as it's going to get. I've noticed a little bit of an issue here. These buses, they're not working. No, it takes them too long to reach the capital and reach the place where we want them to go. And they can't make it in time, so no one here is getting a higher education, unfortunately. And that of course means that this is rubbish, this bus platform, we don't even need it. And we don't need any of these buses neither. Sell all vehicles then, yeah, I suppose. There you go. That's a lot of buses gone, and we no longer accept students here. Citizens' loyalty seems low. Yes, this is. I've been to workshop and found something. A monument, I think, should be. We don't have a monument here, none whatsoever. I figured that as long as they have a radio or television, they're going to get their propaganda that way, but apparently not. And I'm not going to breach their privacy by installing a secret police, so this is it. Residential, no. Monument. Monument, yes. Aha, huge monument. It does plus 50% government loyalty within 1 kilometer range. Yes. Obelisk monument, it does plus 20%. Lenin obelisk, it also does 20% within 500 meters. That's also within 500 meters. Huge monument. That is pretty damn large. That is about as large. Well, this is larger. Maybe it's a bit overpowered with what it does, but I mean, come on. I can even put it a little bit up on a hill here, maybe. Yes, raise the terrain up a little bit. And it will spread its goodness a long way around here. Huge monument. That said though, are we going to bother doing a proper footpath to it? Just a mud one. Yes, but you're going to have to do something about the terrain first. It's a bit sharp. Terrain smooth. I still don't understand how this smoothing thing is supposed to work. It doesn't work in a place like this, maybe. This is working better. Let's do it manually. There we go. As it's always been done. Best. Yeah. There we go. Oh, that is Assigned Construction Office number 4. How much do you need? 720 tons of concrete. God damn it. It's a solid concrete rod, basically then. Or something. No, it's not solid, but it is a lot of concrete that goes into this, and quite a bit of steel, I would imagine, too, for armoring the concrete. Yes, but these people living here, they need a means to get a higher education. Otherwise, we might well run out of doctors and teachers and such down here, and we wouldn't want that to happen. Would we? It's not necessary for the entire town to be able to get degrees. I mean, after all, the main thing that they are going to do is work at chemical, plastic, and such factories. And speaking of which, these chemical plants, they're now running at 100%. Plastic factory is not running at 100%. There's one of them. Okay, good. These three electrical component factories, two of them are running at 100%, one isn't. And the electronics assembly hall is actually being kept so far as to be able to produce maximum. And we even have a bit in stock. And that's something that we're going to do too, is use this distribution office to distribute the electronics around. But first and foremost, we need a way for these people to get higher education. And maybe before we might need to remove this street here, I'm thinking. Unless, because all the stock educational facilities are like pretty damn large. Headquarters of the Communist Party, sure. Well, that would actually almost fit in there. Almost, but not quite. No. And the medical university then, would that would also almost, but not quite fit. Could fit it out here. Yes, but then you might as well. You know what we could do? I have a mod. That is enormous university, and that is very fitting for the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture. Might need to get rid of a field or two here for it to fit, but could be worth it. Let's see if we can find it. University. Yes. Oil company. That's pretty large. And it can be built due to infrastructure, but yeah, you can. That field will have to move out of the way slightly. But other than that, it's not too bad. Before we commit to this, what is it that you do? You take 100 workers and 100 staff, and you do 300 students for that. I don't know if that's balanced or not. It might be. We also have other good things here. Ministry of Finance, for example, that would fit. That would fit like here very nicely. But oil company is something that the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture should have, I think. Next to the obelisk or huge thing out here. Yeah, one way to do it is that way. How does this actually look if we zoom in a bit on it? This seems to be like, it seems to have like a little bit of park thing and a entrance. This seems to be the back of it, right? And this seems to be the front. Okay, we try and make space for it then. Yes. I have to remove a little bit of this. And also do a little bit of terrain adjustments. And this too, maybe remove substation. I would prefer not to remove though. Although it's probably okay to do so if Anyway, oil company. Oh, yeah, you are large indeed. Can't build due to infrastructure. Are you sure? There you can build. Wouldn't it be nice to have the street continue straight into this place? Like so, for example. And then this is what I mean. That. Unfortunately, this heat exchanger is done for. It's March. We can turn it, blow it up now, and place it somewhere else. Such as like you need the road. That is important. Yeah, but then can you get the pipe on? Yes, you could. Good, and I don't need a fancy lit road here. We can do fine with just a dirt road. There you go. Yes, we need a construction office that can bring us asphalt. Great. I remember to hook this back up. That was not in the way. Turns out. I think I had this in my very first series published, half of it or some parts of it published to YouTube. Det demokratiska Böhmen, the democratic Bohemia. I think I had this oil university actually. I haven't built it since then, and that's a couple of years ago by now. Like almost 3 years ago. Yeah, damn it, Time is a concept that is sometimes graspable and sometimes it is very not graspable. Or at least difficult. It can be quite difficult to grasp. Yes. So far you've done that bit and you're continuing here, I would hope, with that bit so that we can get going on that bit, on this thing. Yes. Well, I'm a little bit curious to see just how bad the government loyalty is, and one way to do that is to go into debugging mode. 77% for this house. I mean, that's not bad at all. That's really good, actually. Why do I get notifications that it's low then? You see, it seems like it's pretty damn excellent. One thing I wondered about, by the way, regarding this, when you're in debugging mode and it reveals the government loyalty, does it also work that you can, when you say that this workplace should have a government loyalty of this much to work here, or is it just that you see it, or is it also working in the mechanics in the game when you're in debugging mode? Don't know. These are questions. Do you think there's an answer to these questions here? No, I don't think there is. Questions and answer sections now. Not a whole lot of use there. Okay. Platform is full. Well, we could use this one too for workers then, if we need it. We don't really. We have all the workers that we need here. No, not at the moment. This is not running at full capacity, and neither is this. What the hell's wrong with you? Why aren't you running at full capacity? Because you don't have enough workers, but why wouldn't you have enough workers? Do you need more buses? You have buses waiting here at the end station. It would stand to reason that you don't need more buses. I'm not against buying more buses. Putting that on the line. No. Bus, we do the same kind. These are available in different paint scheme, 2 different color schemes. Do this one this time then. And yes. Another challenge that we had down here was getting enough food to them. And I did put in this large or medium distribution office to handle it. But still, nothing's... Why are you all standing around here when this is not full? And there is plenty of food available at your source. Get going. Send more trucks. But now it is our stock is growing, at least. Yes. That's great. Okay, eventually they'll get on to doing this. Then we'll have higher forms of education for the people who are able to walk to it. In this town too. In the meantime, though, what we have, almost everyone has a university degree because they have moved in from outside. Yes. Yes, there we have it. This is now the electrocomplex, the real electrocomplex. This is apparently how you do it, to keep one electronics assembly hall. But this would, if you were to do this with the stock chemical plant, then you need like 20 of them, or even more maybe, to do that. And this is fiddly enough to get in with factory connections and such as is. I think I did a pretty decent job of this, actually. That we have plastics and electrical components ending up here, and we take only the plastics and electrical components by truck down to here. Yeah. You're not leaving with workers, are you? No. Oh. Oh. Now you see, this is no good. You need to be running it harder. And the gravel train is out. Didn't you know it? Is it working, you think, or is it doing something that it shouldn't? It's moving, and it has 1,080 tons of gravel on board, so it's fine. That's what that means. Okay then. That is that. we need to distribute these electronics too. That will be done from here. Said how we imported any electronics in the say last couple of years here. Yes, we have every now and then, and recently too. Don't exactly know where to take the electronics for that to not happen, but we will figure it out. I suppose next time we might be doing that. Distributing the finished electronics. How much have you gathered? 87 tons? That is not bad. But okay, you're getting a little bit low on the oil here when they are running at full capacity. Actually, well, that's easily remedied. We can simply have a second train doing the same thing, and we could definitely also have a little bit of a longer train doing this. Or could we? Wait, now we take the depot. Always completely clear on where everything is around here. Here it is. Depot, and then we go and have a look at this. See how much space we have. We can add like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wagons more than this has, I'd say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 6 more, so about 17. Say 16 to be reasonably safe then. Cargo wagon, tanker, sewage wagon. No. You forgot to count. That was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Get going. Oh, around here the performance is not great. Oh, but it's still 30 FPS. It was the rain maybe that made it a bit poor. 30 frames per second is completely decent, especially for such a ridiculously built up area such as this. How do you think the helicopters are doing constructing the thing? I don't know, but what we'll do is we'll follow this train out. I'll shut up and thank you so very much for watching now. I'll put on some music and we follow this train on its journey to load up on the Petroleum and then head down to the place where it's going. Right? Yes, that's what we'll do. Dear ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching the People's Proletarian Petroleum 230. So next time it's about distributing electronics, I would think. Good night.